Cost the city thousands. We stealing more audit to audit content, baby. If you don't like it, cry about it. Yep, YouTube, baby. Okay, officer loses it and costs his city thousands. So what did he do? He started breaking stuff? He cost the city thousands? What do you do?
In the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers traffic stops, reasonable suspicion, and citations, and is brought to us by Arkansas Online and NEA Reports channels. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. On December 28, 2016, Officer Matthew Mercado of the Walnut Ridge Police Department pulled over Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway Company employee Adam Finley while he was working in an unmarked truck on railroad property in Walnut Ridge, Arkansas. The footage from Officer Mercado's body cam, which he turned on after the traffic stop was initiated, shows that Mr. Finley was wearing a BN.
Man, why aren't these cameras on like 24/7? I don't get it. I don't get it.
That he provided Officer Mercado with his employee ID badge and driver's license. The first 30 seconds of the body cam footage did not capture audio and has been omitted from this episode.
Why?
You have anything concealed, any weapons, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well, what's with the attitude?
Nothing.
No, you have an attitude, and what's your problem?
Wait, hold on. Let's rewind it back. Rewind it back.
This episode.
You have anything concealed?
Dang, Buddy did just hop out the car real quick. Usually people don't do that.
Any weapons, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well, what's with the attitude?
Nothing.
No, you have an attitude, and what's your problem?
I don't have no problem.
Yes, you do.
I'm good.
I can pull you over if I want.
That's fine.
Because I have a right to ask you what you're doing over there.
Yeah, I work for him.
Okay, it didn't look like you were working.
The only thing I can see is he just hopped out the car fast. That's about it. But he did hop out that car pretty quickly, though.
Step back from me some, too.
Yeah, I mean, he did hop up in Buddy's face, but he's not, like, yelling or cussing or nothing. I've seen people do a lot worse.
You have anything concealed, any weapons, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well,
what's probably just upset.
I can pull you over if I want.
But yeah.
Like you were working. Step back from me some, too. You get up on me again, we're going to have problems.
Okay, all right. The police officer is escalating this. 100%. 100%.
I'm glad you think this is a joke, sir.
Oh man, he uptight. He upset. He upset.
I'm glad you think this is a joke, sir. What were you doing over there? And why aren't you in a marked vehicle? But I didn't see you doing no work over there.
You told him to get out?
Go back over there and open the door.
You're not put your hands behind your back.
Wait, hold on. Damn, I can barely hear the train. Wait, hold on. Time out, hold on.
I work for him.
He works for those people. What were you doing? Why aren't you in a marked vehicle? So he wants to prove that he does work there. Look.
But I didn't see you doing no work over there. And
You want to go back over there and open the door?
You're not put your hands behind your back.
So what? For what?
You're obstructing with my operation.
He's not obstructing.
Look at all this stuff back here.
Mr. Finley steps.
Oh no. Oh no. He hemmed him up.
Toward Officer Mercado in an attempt to open the back door of his truck to show the officer his work supplies. But as Mr. Finley steps forward, Officer Mercado aggressively shoves him backwards and places him into handcuffs.
Yeah, he hemmed him
What did I
up.
tell you about getting up on me?
I wasn't. I was just trying to show you something that I could prove that I worked for him.
What did I tell you about getting up on me?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Now, you want to be a some more?
Ooh.
You better shut your mouth.
Okay. Alright, yep, I'm professional as hell. What's wrong with this guy? What is wrong with him?
Right there. And you move from there, and I'm going to ride your... You understand? I don't know who the hell you think... Look at me. Who the hell you think you are? Or where you're from, where you mess with cops like that.
Hey, okay, I thought he was saying, like, don't mess with me. He's like, oh, don't mess with a cop. Ah, you a bitch.
Move from there, and I'm going to ride your...
Ah, yeah, bitch.
I don't know who the hell you think... Look at me. Who the hell you think you are? Where you're from, where you mess with cops like that.
Mess with cops like that. Ah, yeah, bitch.
I
Yeah,
dare you
bitch.
move from there.
You nothing without that badge, yeah, bitch. At At least he didn't plant drugs in his vehicle like the last person we watched.
Prove why I pulled you over. You didn't even let me do that.
I'm sorry.
Shut the up.
Yo! What is wrong with Buddy?
Why I pulled you over. You didn't even let me do that.
I'm sorry.
Shut the up. That's your problem right there. How old are you? If you're nervous for what? What did you do? Right. What are you nervous about? How do you think I feel?
What? Hey man, if you're scared, get a new job. You the one that signed up to be a cop.
I'm here by myself. I don't know if you got a gun in there.
You signed up for this.
And then I walk up on you and you jump me all verbally.
I'm 37, sir.
Okay.
You jumped me verbally. Oh. Ooh.
And I walk up on you and you jump me all verbally. Okay. We're the same age. Man to man. Why would you talk to another grown man like the way you did?
I just asked you why you pulled me over. I
was going to tell you. Do you know by law we have to tell you why we're pulling you over? Because I can't impede on your civil liberty.
Officer Mercado claims that he is
he says that, but then he just like berates the guy and hems him
lawfully
up.
Obligated to tell Mr. Finley why he stopped him. However, while police officers must have reasonable suspicion to initiate a traffic stop, they do not have to inform citizens of why they have been stopped during the traffic stop.
Oh, really?
The police department's policy to do so.
Oh, so they don't got to tell you nothing. They could just be like, hey, yeah, I got reasonable suspicion. For what? None of your damn business.
In fact, the Supreme Court has repeatedly held that a police officer's subjective reasons for initiating a traffic stop should not be taken into account when determining the reasonableness of a stop for Fourth Amendment purposes. For example, in the 1973 case of United States versus Robinson, the court held that a traffic violation arrest was valid despite the fact that it was, quote, a mere pretext for a narcotics search. And in the 1978 case of Scott versus United States, the court explained that, quote, subjective intent alone does not make otherwise lawful conduct illegal or unconstitutional. After summarizing these cases, as well as other relevant precedent, the court concluded in the 1996 case of Wren versus United States that, quote, we think these cases foreclose any argument that the constitutional reasonableness of traffic stops depends on the actual motivations of the individual officers involved. Subjective intentions play no role in ordinary probable cause Fourth Amendment analysis. Additionally, in the 2014 case of Hine versus North Carolina, the court expanded this principle to uphold a traffic stop where the officer was mistaken about whether driving with one brake light out violated the law, holding that reasonable suspicion can, quote, rest on a mistaken understanding of the scope of a legal prohibition, and that, quote, because the officer's mistake about the brake light law was reasonable, the stop in this case was lawful under the Fourth Amendment. In other words, not only are officers not required to inform citizens of the reason for a traffic stop, a stop will still be considered constitutional as long as there is an objectively reasonable suspicion to justify it, even if the officer...
So as long as there is a reason, the cop, you know, the police officer can write that down. Hey, this is the reason why I pulled them over. But they don't have to inform the person that they pulled over why they're pulling them over. But they still need to write it down in a police report so other people know why they decided to do it.
Did not initiate the stop for that reason.
Did not know that. New information.
Or is mistaken about what the law actually prohibits.
But you didn't let me. You become hostile and aggressive with me.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say one cross word. I just said, why you pulled me over?
Sir, it's how you say things.
Sorry.
You should be.
Damn, dude, apologize.
Like you're getting ready to go to jail. Is there anything in here I need to know about?
Go to jail for what?
For what?
That's what I'm saying, buddy. Why are you going to jail? What'd he do?
You become hostile and aggressive with me.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Say one cross
He didn't
word.
do nothing.
Pulled me over.
Sir, it's how you say things.
Sorry.
You should be.
And he's apologizing.
But you're getting ready to go to jail. Is
For
there anything
what?
in here I need to know about?
For what?
For one, didn't I tell you not to get up on me like that?
I didn't.
That's
I
assault.
just stood there, sir.
Man.
No, you got up on me, sir.
No, he
I told
didn't.
you don't get up on me. Is there anything in this vehicle you need to know about?
No.
I need to know about?
Yeah, I need my phone.
You don't need it right now.
Wow.
I've got stuff to do, sir. I didn't.
You got to sit right there. That's what you got to do. Adam, my name is Matthew, and this is all being recorded.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go, but do you understand?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what are you going to arrest him for? Going to jail for getting up on him. Like, what the hell is Buddy talking about?
I could get you for obstruction being recorded.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go, but do you understand I could get you for obstruction for government operations? Just listen to me now. Assaulting a peace officer.
Oh, hell no. Assault? Bro, nah.
Sir,
No, yeah, look at the he's agreeing so he can hurry up and leave so he can file that that civil suit, man. Hell no.
Just listen to me now. Assaulting a peace officer.
Yeah, press X to doubt.
I should take you to jail right now. All right. Let me tell you something. When you come in contact with an officer, let them tell you why. Don't just start. What are you doing?
I was just confused.
Don't be confused. I'm going to alleviate all confusion. Now, you put yourself in my shoes, sir.
Oh, I understand.
You're a police officer.
Yes, sir.
That's my property right there. I'm supposed to watch. Are you in a marked vehicle that says railroad? And where's your plates from?
Oh.
So, now could you see where I'd be suspicious of what you were doing over there?
Yeah.
Sure, you're suspicious, sir. You have reasonable cause. But bro, I'm pretty sure you're not the first police officer to manage this area. I'm sure you're not the first police officer to pull someone over for being suspicious in this area. But I think you're the only one that's ever been fined thousands of dollars for hemming people up.
Officer Mercado explains that he was suspicious of Mr. Finley because he was driving an unmarked truck on railroad property. If Mr. Finley was not an employee, his presence on railroad property could violate Section 5-39-203 of the Arkansas Code, which states that an individual commits criminal trespass if they purposely enter or remain unlawfully in or upon the premises owned or leased by another person or a critical infrastructure, which, according to Section 5-38-101 of the Arkansas Code, includes railroad property that is, quote, either completely enclosed by a fence or other physical barrier that is designed to exclude persons without permission to be in the facility, or otherwise is clearly marked with signs that are reasonably likely to be seen by another person that indicate entry or unauthorized access is forbidden without facility authorization. Even though Mr. Finley was authorized to be on the property in the scope of his employment, because there was no obvious indication from his vehicle that Mr. Finley was a railway employee, it is likely that Officer Mercado had the necessary reasonable suspicion to initiate the traffic stop.
And that's not necessarily this guy's fault. I don't remember his name. It's the company's fault for not putting their freaking logo on the vehicle on their vehicles. If this is their employee vehicle, why is it not marked as so?
As the Supreme Court.
That's how you avoid situations like this.
Court explained in the Wren case, quote, a search or seizure.
Okay, we already know how searches and seizures work. At least I hope you do. If you do not,
him to investigate the situation.
There's other videos, or this video is linked in the description, so watch it if you don't know.
Clear that Mr. Finley was a railroad employee. His continued detention was not justified.
Yep. And then when I make contact with you, you're aggressive and hostile with me verbally. And
well, I mean, I didn't mean to make it sound.
Turn around.
Officer Mercado uncuffs Mr. Finley.
This guy is so upset.
To tase Mr. Finley and take him to jail.
What? For what? You're gonna tase? He threatened did he say that? I must have skipped it. Oh well.
Turn around.
You were gonna tase him?
Officer Mercado uncuffs Mr. Finley, and after threatening to tase Mr. Finley and take him to jail, the two eventually shook hands and went their separate ways without...
Hell no. Hell no.
Later that day, Mr. Finley met with Walnut Ridge Police Chief Chris Kirksey and Sergeant Matt Cook to discuss Officer Mercado's conduct and file a formal complaint.
What's your name?
My name's Chief Chris Kirksey.
What's that other fellow's name? That was this card right here.
It'd be Officer Matthew McCarty.
Yeah.
What I saw is you want to keep a 6-foot distance.
Well, he should have stepped back away from me because I couldn't go anywhere, sir.
Man, you hear him? He trying to defend his boy, but if you saw, the officer is the one that was like right next to the driver's side vehicle. When he hops out the car, he has only so much room to go. He didn't even have 6 feet.
I've got the whole entire video.
Good.
Over there.
Can we watch it?
Can I
watch it?
Yeah.
You have to do it for you on it.
What?
Freedom of Information Act on it. But from what I saw, he's lucky he didn't go to jail.
Who had him?
Man, you hear this?
What?
I could just tell he overweight by the way he breathing.
Obstruction of justice.
Obstruction of justice.
Interfered with law enforcement officers.
How?
Investigation.
How?
How do you do it? How do you do that?
There you go. How?
They do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
and watch the video, you'll find out.
Well, when you watch the video, you'll find out, Missy. I'm not going to explain it to you. But you gotta watch the video, and if you want to watch the video, you gotta file this, and this, and then we'll let you see portions of the video. If you want to see the full video, then you gotta fill this out, and then we might release it to you after we do an investigation on ourselves in a couple weeks.
I just got off the phone with the prosecuting attorney. I explained to him exactly what happened in this situation, and he has advised me to have you written a citation both for obstructing a governmental operation and refusal to submit to arrest.
Refusal to submit to arrest? Buddy, let him go. What are they talking about?
Obstructing a governmental operation and refusal to submit to arrest.
Refusal to submit to arrest? Is that even a thing? Yeah, refusing arrest is a thing, but you still get arrested at the end of the day. Resisting arrest, you still get arrested. Buddy, let him go. I don't get what they're talking about.
So you will be written those citations right now.
Bro's getting cited? Even the officer that had him in handcuffs didn't give him a citation. He just let him go with a warning. And now he came to give a complaint, and now he's getting cited?
Mr. Finley attempts to file a complaint with the Walnut Ridge PD about Officer Mercado's behavior. He's interrogated by Officer Matt Cook and Chief Chris Kirksey, and eventually issued citations for obstructing government operations and refusing to submit to arrest, even though Officer Mercado originally chose not to write
he let him go
following the encounter. There are no legal limitations that prevent officers from issuing citations or arresting individuals after they originally decided not to.
You're shitting me.
Cases involving criminal offenses rather than mere traffic violations, officers often wait to arrest an individual to file charges in order to investigate further. However, while there is no legal issue with the delay in issuing the citations, the validity of the charges themselves is highly suspect. According to Section 5-54-102 of the Arkansas Code, the offense of obstructing governmental operations occurs if an individual, quote, knowingly obstructs, impairs,
which he didn't do,
the performance of any governmental function, which Section 5-54-101 defines as, quote, any activity that a public servant is legally authorized to undertake on behalf of any governmental unit he or she serves. The statute also clarifies that, quote, this section does not apply to refusal to submit to arrest, any means of avoiding compliance with the law not involving affirmative interference with a governmental function, or obstruction, impairment, or hindrance of what a person reasonably believes is a public servant's unlawful action. Similarly, under Section 5-54-103 of the Arkansas Code, an individual commits the offense of resisting arrest if they, quote, knowingly resist a person known to be a law enforcement officer effecting an arrest. As used in this subsection, resists means using or threatening to use physical force or any other means that creates a substantial risk of physical injury to any person. While it is unclear which of Mr. Finley's actions were alleged to be obstructing and resisting, none of the behavior
100%.
That was captured in the body cam footage appears to rise to the level of either of these offenses.
100%.
This will be taken into account. You right? You'll be going to court.
Okay.
That's fine.
So, this will be taken into account.
There'll
be an internal investigation, but from what was seen on camera, and I talked to the prosecuting attorney, just now got off the phone with him, he told me to have you written those citations. Okay?
The driver's license. So I'm getting a ticket for something?
Yeah.
Exactly what,
Yeah, and once you figure out how messed up the law is, it just makes you go, what the hell? What are my taxpayers' dollars going to? I'm just getting screwed over. Like, look at the look on his. Oh, you probably can't see it because I'm in the way. Let me move. Let me move over here. Yeah, you see the look on his face? That's exactly how I'm gonna look.
I'm getting a ticket for something?
I'm getting a ticket. Like, what the what?
exactly what,
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Like, what?
After being issued the citations, Mr. Finley chose to fight the charges.
Yeah, 100%. I don't blame him.
Acquitted of all charges by the District Court of Lawrence County, Arkansas.
There we go.
On
Get
April
acquitted.
5th, 2018, Mr. Finley filed a civil rights lawsuit against the city,
There you
Officer
go.
Mercado, Officer Cook, and Chief
There you
Kirksey.
go.
The case
There you
was
go.
settled later that month, with Mr. Finley receiving a $57,500 settlement. This incident also sparked
$57,000.
suit against the city, Officer
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's Finley. That's my boy right there.
On April 5th, 2018,
Let's
Mr.
go.
Finley
He
filed a
said,
civil rights lawsuit against the city,
You,
Officer Mercado, Officer Cook, and Chief Kirksey.
and
The
you,
case was
all
settled
of them.
later that month, with Mr. Finley receiving a $57,500 settlement. This incident also sparked another lawsuit from Fort Smith, Arkansas residents William Whitfield Hyman and Natalie Hyman after their posts on the Walnut Ridge PD's Facebook page that included links to this body camera footage were deleted. The Hymans' lawsuit alleged that this violated the First Amendment, and the
I want to know, did that violate it?
Case was eventually settled.
Oh, it was. So it was a violation. Wait, hold on. That's really important. That's really important. He just skips over this detail.
The Hymans' the Walnut Ridge PD's Facebook page.
Facebook is a private corporation. The Walnut PD created an account on the private corporation. People post evidence on the police's page on the private corporation's platform. It was then deleted by that page's owner. That violated the First Amendment? Because if so, that's really important.
Page that included links to this body camera footage were deleted. The Hymans' lawsuit alleged that this violated the First Amendment, and the case was eventually settled. Overall, Officer Mercado gets an F.
Yeah, we know he gets an F. He gets an F too. But he got an A plus. Honestly, I thought he was gonna get something like a B or a B plus. Man, I noticed Audit loves to give all the cops Fs, and he always gives the people A's.
Mr.
I noticed
Finley
that.
Gets an A plus.
I don't think he gets an A plus. Honestly, I think he gets like a B or a B plus, right? Because he was. How do I put this without seeming like I'm a cop dick writer? Okay, so when he was in handcuffs, honestly, I would have just remained silent, right? Whenever something came up, whatever, this and that, you have the right to remain silent. I would have, when he said you're getting arrested, I definitely would have asked why. I would have asked that 100%. But I definitely would have just remained silent, let everything go about however it goes about. And then I will sue, because him constantly talking could have made it worse. The dude was obviously aggravated. He said he was going to tase him. I don't want to get tased. I'm going to remain silent. Whatever happens, happens. And then I'm a countersue or sue or whatever the hell. That's what I would do. That's how I think you should get an A plus. Okay, Buddy really risked getting beat up. I think if you can get out the situation without getting harmed, that's an A plus. He did get out the situation without getting harmed, but he definitely risked getting beat up. But A plus. I want to hear why Audit gives him an A.
Calm and collected throughout the interaction, making a legitimate effort to dispel Officer Mercado's suspicions.
He did.
And for following up this encounter with the proper legal action. Not every police encounter warrants an invocation of Fourth Amendment protections, and it would be unreasonable to expect every citizen involved in a police interaction to challenge the authority of law enforcement. Mr. Finley went to great lengths to prove his innocence to the officer, and it is difficult to fault him for being so forthcoming when he needed to get back to work.
See, this is the confusing part. Every time he gives a grade, and it's like a high grade, he says, well, I don't expect people to know the law and this and that. But I mean, I think your ranking should be more skewed, because obviously, well, not obviously, but like people that submit these or you, whenever you covered them, Audit, the grading should be based off of them and compared to everyone else that you've made videos on. This guy got an A plus, and then somebody else got an A plus. Well, how do they both get an A plus is what I would like to know, but it's not my grading system.
Mr. Finley's ability to remain calm during Officer Mercado's attacks was remarkable, and very few individuals possess that level of emotional constitution. The fact that
So I guess calm means like he just didn't go off on him.
Mr. Finley managed to have all the charges dropped and a settlement reached.
And a settlement. Yes, sir.
The police chief is a testament to his character. And I commend Mr. Finley for having the courage to challenge the charges.
100%. 100%, man. Link in the description if you want to go see the full video. Like, I skipped through some stuff. Go watch the full video. Don't bitch and cry and complain, because I don't care.